Hey, you know that one province in Canada that tried to break away from it in 1995 and try to become its own independent country? Yeah, I went there. So, in mid to late August of this year, me and my family decided to do the 9 hour drive to Quebec. And god damn it, was it worth it. Prior to this, I had never left Ontario in my entire life. Ever. Yes, it is pathetic. I know. It's 4:30 a.m. We had to wake up early because we knew that traffic was going to be pure hell once it got to the later hours. Packed our bags, got in the car, headed out. Managed to head onto the highway, which is literally the same highway we would take for another 9 hours to Quebec City. Once the clock rolled around to like 8 a.m. or something, we knew that we needed breakfast. We stopped at a small Sunset Grove breakfast place in the middle of God knows where, Ontario. Food was good, but we had to get back on the road as soon as possible. As we kept heading north towards Quebec, we had to stretch our legs and stuff, so we decided to head on to an on-route station, still in the middle of who knows where. For those of you who don't know, on-routes are basically just rest stops along major highways, and just have, I don't know, a Burger King or something and a gas station. We did go on a few of those during the drive to Quebec. Once we got into Quebec, we are now on l'autoroute 20, which is just a part of the Trans-Canada Highway, or in French, Route Transcanadienne. We had to drive for another 3 hours to Quebec City, though. Now, my parents decided to go to the Plains of Abraham as the first stop, which is located in Quebec City. Basically, the Plains of Abraham was just a battlefield between the British and the French forces during the 7 Years' War in 1759. Really nice place, would recommend to go there. Now, for the most annoying part of this entire drive, the traffic lights. Not the traffic lights. The fucking traffic lights in the city will literally stay red for 5 long minutes and then turn green for 5 fucking seconds. These traffic lights were probably made by a person who just saying "fuck you" to all the drivers. This is why it took us over 20 goddamn minutes to drive 600 meters to our hotel. Hello, Editor Darkfiend here. It's actually 2.2 kilometers. My bad. Still pretty stupid though how it took us that long. Long story short, checked into our hotel, a really nice one at that, and made it to our room. This room's on the second highest floor of the hotel, and probably had the best view of a building I've ever seen. What building did I see? The Chateau Frontenac. Yes, the same one that was built in like 1893. We settled down in the hotel room for like an hour, probably because we were on the road for 12 hours due to slowdowns and pit stops, and decided to take a walk around the city after that. This is probably the nicest place I've ever been to due to how historical it is. About 30 minutes later, we went down to a small dinner place down the street. After that, stayed in the hotel and went to sleep. We were going to stay here for 3 nights and had to prepare what was going to come after that. So I don't want to go into in-depth detail about the time we were in Quebec City, otherwise this video will be like 5 to 8 minutes long, so I'll try to make it as short as possible. Here's how the entire thing went. Breakfast, walking through St. John Gate, walking down a market, chilling near the City Hall of Quebec City, went to boardwalk overlooking Old Quebec City, went back to the hotel, dinner, sleep, wake up, breakfast again, went on the funicular, basically just a cable car, walked through Old Quebec City, went back to the hotel, walked to a bus tour that's extended by 10 minutes due to the traffic lights, god damn it, went back to the hotel again, went out to dinner, went back to the hotel again, slept, breakfast, hotel, packed our bags, and left. Now, I only told you that we were going to Quebec City. Guess what? I lied. We didn't just go to Quebec City. We're going to Montreal and Ottawa. So Montreal is like a 3 hour drive from Quebec City, so it didn't feel that long since, we were on the road for 12 hours a few days back. And the traffic lights were just as bad in Montreal as it was in Quebec City. So in Montreal, it was mostly just walking, which made me so tired that I couldn't go out to dinner on the second day there. It's actually kind of pathetic of me to do that. However, there was this laser show in the Notre Dame Basilica. That was pretty cool. We also walked through Chinatown, which was also kind of cool as well. After Montreal, there is one final destination on this trip, Ottawa. We packed our bags and got onto Highway 417 directly towards Ottawa. Probably the coolest thing that we did there, and probably my favorite part of the entire trip, was going to Parliament Hill. Unfortunately, Center Block was closed, so the House of Commons was moved to the East Block, where luckily, that's the exact block where we got a tour of, and I literally saw what was inside of the House of Commons. And then, the day after, the trip was done. Packed up and headed back home.